So, by popular demand today, I'm going to give you a demo of our work plan tool inside of the schedule tool in Autodesk Build. So, our schedule tool last month got a big upgrade with being able to do work plans inside of it. So, you can think of similar to doing like a pull plan, short-term planning, 3-week look aheads. We can do all of those things as well as standalone plans. So, creating essentially your own schedule inside of Autodesk Build. So really awesome tool. I love it. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. So when I pull up the schedule here, I can go ahead and import a schedule. I can import from Microsoft Projects, P6, Asta. There's a number of different ways that I can import a schedule into here, or I now have the option to create a new plan. So as I go along down here, I have a schedule that I pulled in from Microsoft Projects or P6 here. And then I've got actually two plans that are associated with that master schedule. And then next year, I have a schedule that's just a standalone schedule pulled in from my schedule authoring tool inside of the platform here. And then lastly, down here, I actually have a standalone plan. So there's three different kind of scenarios that we have here: a standalone plan, a standalone schedule, and a schedule with plans associated with it. So when I was superintendent out in the field, I'd often get schedules from, the pre-construction team, my scheduler, whoever, and they often didn't have all the details, right? Or we needed to go crunch the numbers and pull some dates out of our schedule because they overpromised how fast it would be to get the project done, right? So we had to be the heroes and put this all together. So we can now do that inside of here. When I come into my master schedule that I have here, I have all my different items, and this is pulling, again, information directly from your schedule authoring tool. And I'm just gonna hop into one of these items here. It pulls up my flyout window on the right-hand side so that I can go ahead and I can look at the information that is directly from that master schedule. So you can see the dates associated with it, my days, the durations, predecessors, if it's on the critical path or not, the version of it. So we can actually run version control on the schedules here. I have another video about that you can check out. And then we can also add in references to these schedule items here. So that's really cool. We can link this to things like photos, issues, our cost management, schedule items, other schedule items, assets. So a lot that we can do here, very powerful tool to have those references. So where this actually connects and links to my plan, I have some tasks inside of here where they have this little link tool. So that link tool right here means that I actually have a plan, or those are on a plan. So if I go ahead and hop into this foundation breakout, I know that those items are associated with that plan. So I come in here into my plan. I already have some items that are built out. The links again on here on each of my items that have that link, that does mean that that is coming from that master schedule. So I actually can't change the dates around for those items here. That's locked in from the schedule. I can associate it with different companies. So each one of these, the different colors are actually standing for the different companies that it's assigned to. So really cool that we can assign tasks out to those different companies. If I do move it, it's actually going to warn me here that that's wrong, right? So it's saying your master schedule that you have is now conflicting with your plan here. So it gives me that little warning and it gives me reasoning for it. So this one, my plan that's associated, that breakout is longer than the duration that I have in that master schedule. Inside of this here, the build block foundation is my master schedule item. And then beneath that is I have that breakout schedule that I'm putting together. So I can put that together just on my own, as maybe that superintendent or project manager, or I can put this together with my whole group of my subcontractors in the room, throw this up on the board, have everyone add in their different cards here for their different tasks. And then we can go ahead and we can plan out, okay, who needs to go when, where can we overlap different tasks? What are the predecessors, successors for each one of these different items? So you can see here that I do have my handoffs. Those are the lines from one to the next. And then each one of these cards or tasks has information on it. We can see here different colors, different symbols, all of those mean different things. So if I click on one of these, it's going to pull it up in that flyout window again on the right here, and I'll be able to see those different items. So the work types that are built in here, that's what are creating this symbol on each card. So a lot of these are works. Some of them are delivery, some of them are inspections. And then whether it is a rectangle or a diamond has to do with whether it's a task or it's a milestone. So all the milestones are diamonds. Inside of here, we have our status. So if it's in progress, it's open, it's completed. If there's backlog, if there's a reason that I can't do this task, we can log that status here. And then that's showing that vertical bar on each one of those cards. And then as I come in here, I can set my duration. That's something that I can go ahead and I can adjust. And then I also can assign this out to different companies as well as different people inside of that company. And then I can put in information like my location. So if it's on a certain level or a certain area of the job site, if I have area A, B, C, D, I can do that. And then I can also add in my work breakdown schedule inside of here. And I can assign this out to that WPS. I can say whether, it's high priority, low priority, and I can add in what my crew size is here. So maybe this crew is 5 people. So I can add that. I can see my handoffs as well. And I can see the dates for when I created this as well as when I updated it, which is really cool to have that activity history. The percent complete, one thing that I love in here is as I adjust this percent complete, you're going to notice the bar at the top is going to adjust not only on my subtask, but on my master task. So that summary task has this bar at the top. That progress is coming from all of my subtasks. So as I go ahead and update this, we'll say 80%, make that line jump. So really cool there. And then as my task does go and become completed, that's where it's going to turn from being a white background to the color background of the company that it's assigned to. Right now I'm looking at this in my swim lane view and I have it based on company, but I can also go ahead and I can filter this by say location. So I can go ahead and look at my different locations or my role WBS, different ways that I can slice and dice that information here. And then like many other areas in Autodesk Build, I can go ahead and I can filter this. So a lot of different ways that we can slice and dice all that information inside of here. Again, this is the swim lane view, but we also have our list view where I can go ahead and look at this in a table. And this table is something that I can adjust. So I can go by, say, my start date, by company. I can, again, filter this down to look at maybe just my company. So if I want to look at all the ones that are just assigned to Autodesk there, it's going to pull up those 5 different items for me. And I can always move around the different items of where I want to see them on that table. So for me, this description personally, not as important as maybe the type or the dates that are associated with that. So I can move that further down on that table to the right there. So this year we're seeing that summary task and that link to the master schedule and the subtasks associated with that. So this is that plan that is associated with that master schedule. If I hop back here to the main area of my schedule tool, I can go ahead and I can go to my plans down below. And now I have plans that are just standalone. So if you're a subcontractor and you're not making that master schedule that's coming from your GC, but you want to put together some, small schedules for your team on the job site, you can go ahead and build that out here without having that schedule authoring tool. And then I can also look at these in my swim lane view here. So I have all of my different items. I'm looking at this one by location. If I go ahead and I do it by company, you'll see that this is starting to break it up by those different companies that I have, as well as all the different colors associated with this. I should mention that we have a lot of different settings that we can go ahead and do, different permissions. So we can adjust who can actually edit these and add in cards. So when I go ahead to add someone in here, we can give them different levels of access. So somebody maybe can go ahead and create a card and or task and edit that task that's assigned to them, but not create tasks for other people. So that's great for working with your subcontractors inside of here. And then you can have different people that have access to manage it all. So that might be your superintendent, project manager, scheduler out on the job site. And then we can go ahead and we can adjust our work days on the schedule. So we can maybe make Saturday an active day or a non-active day. We can add in our non-working days. So different holidays, and that's going to add that gray bar on each one of those days. And anytime that you move a task over the weekend or over those non-working days, it's going to expand that task to fit over that weekend. We can also add in, again, that WBS inside of here. And we can, fill that all out. We can go ahead and import that. So you can make that in Excel and import that in here. And then the locations is based off of our overall project location. So whatever locations you have for the main project as a whole, that's what's going to pull into those locations inside of here. So that is a little bit about our schedule tool and the work plans that are associated with that. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can either reach out to me on here, on LinkedIn, wherever you have access to that. So don't hesitate to ask questions. And then if you are curious about all the little details on our help site, we actually have a lot of written content about the schedules and about the work plan functionalities inside of the schedule. I love these because it has little screenshots inside of here. So this is a great place if you get stuck or you're curious about how to do something. Always reference our help site. So hope you learned something today. And again, reach out if you have any questions.